kind of like more wearable makeup look. I know this is still too much for some people, but like I would personally wear this out. I just did a little bit of yellow eyeshadow, some really dramatic winged liner, and some really dramatic lashes, and a pretty normal base makeup with a little bit of freckles across my nose. So all of that being said, I'm super excited for today's video, and if you're new here, hello, my name is Taylor, and I would love to have you join the family. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell next to that, so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. I know, crazy. Except YouTube doesn't like to do their job sometimes, and you won't get notifications. I upload a beauty video on Sunday, so like fashion, makeup, sometimes like DIYs. Have I ever uploaded a DIY? I don't know. And then on Wednesdays I upload a vlog. It'll be like a weekly vlog or just a vlog of like one day in my week. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I will have all of the products that I use down in the description box below so that you can shop my face. Yeah, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, and let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Hello, beautiful people.
Alright, so starting off, you can see I've already done my brows off camera. I'm just going to take this Nip and Fab Glycolic Serum. This is so nice to prime your face. I'm just going to use this right underneath my eye area and across my nose. That's where my pores are the largest, and this will just like make your pores shrink so nicely. I really like using this as a primer, and it really has like a nice cooling effect on the skin, so definitely recommend this, especially if you have dry skin like me. So I'm going ahead and applying that as a base before my foundation. So next I'm going to prep my lips with this Mary Kay lip balm, and it is so nice and feels so good to moisturize your lips in the winter. Oh my gosh. Alright, so for foundation I actually mixed two of them. I mixed my Tarte Claystick foundation in the shade Light Beige, and then my Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition liquid foundation in the shade 1. And I mixed these two together so that it would be my perfect color, because the Tarte one is way too dark. Went ahead and just applied this evenly to my face with my very nice and clean beauty blender, and the base actually turned out so pretty. I may be mixing these foundations in the future because of how nicely it turned out, and the finish just turned out really good and did not look cakey at all. Next, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral to highlight underneath my eyes, and I only use a little bit of this because I find that it can get really cakey because it is so full coverage. So only going in with like 3 dots of that, and then I'm going to blend that out with my beauty blender as well. To set my under eyes, I'm using my Dermablend loose setting powder, and I'm just using this not to bake but just to set them. So I'm going to wipe it off right after I put it under my eyes because I do have dry skin, but I feel like this sets the concealer in place because I find without this that Tarte Shape Tape creases on me for some reason. So that is what we're doing with the powder. To bronze up my skin, I'm going in with my very, very shattered butter bronzer. I really need to get a new one of these, but it makes me so sad that I shattered this one. I'm just going ahead and using this to warm up underneath my cheekbones and a little bit on my forehead. Alright, so for this look, I decided to go in and add some faux freckles. I'm just using my ABH Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Medium Brown and just applying these dots all over my nose area and a little bit underneath my eyes. You can make them all different shapes and sizes and use the amount of pressure to make them different tones of that shade. Next, I just took my Ulta Brow Gel and put a little bit of this on the back of my hand and just took that same angled brush from earlier and used it to disperse the freckles across the same area of my face just to give them different colors so that they don't all look the exact same. And then I went over that with my beauty blender to make sure that everything was nice and pressed into the skin and looked very natural rather than drawn on. To finish off the freckles, I went ahead and went in with a little bit of bronzer on that fluffy brush that we used for our bronzer earlier and just set that over the nose just to give it a little bit of a sun-kissed glow. Next, I'm going in with my Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Feisty and just applying this to my cheekbones. Blush literally makes me feel so girly, and I haven't worn it in forever. Next, I'm going in with my MAC Fix Plus and just setting my face, or at least quenching its thirst, giving it a little bit of hydration finally. Going into my Aurora palette from Anastasia, I'm just going to take this middle light shade here, I think it's called Luna, and I'm going to apply this to the tops of my cheeks and my nose, and I'm going to go over that with a clean brush just to make sure that it's really blended into my skin out really nicely and it doesn't look streaky or have any harsh lines, because although this highlighter is very blinding, it is also a little bit chalky, so you have to make sure that it's really nice and blended into the skin so it looks wet rather than chalk. I also took that on my nose, Cupid's bow, and on my brow bone. For the eyes, I'm going in with my Colourpop Yes Please palette and just dipping into this yellow shade, and I'm just popping this along my crease for this eye look. I thought that it looked kind of natural but still kind of glam at the same time, so kind of easily wearable, I guess is how I would explain this look. Next, I'm taking my NYX Epic Ink Liner in the shade Black, and I'm just going to basically make this wing the most dramatic and intense black wing I've ever done. And now that I have both of my wings done, I'm going to go in with my Kiss lashes in the shade Brassiere, I believe. I've used these in a couple videos and they are so pretty. I love the length that they are and just the way that they're a little bit wispy. Now that those lashes are glued down, I'm going in with my MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash and just blending the lashes together with my natural ones and then doing a very thin layer on my bottom lashes as well. I also went ahead and just took that same yellow color that we used and swiped that underneath my lash line. I should have done this before, but I realized after I'd already put on my mascara, but it turned out looking fine anyways. And then dipping back into that shade that we used earlier for our highlight, I'm just going to pop this right on my inner corner. And for lips, I'm going in first with my Too Faced Melted Matte Lippy in the shade Child Star and just applying this evenly all over my lips, barely overlining them. Honestly, not really that much, if any. And then I'm going over top of that with my Too Faced Melted Latex High Shine Lipstick in the shade Peekaboo, and I'm only applying this to the inner parts of my lips and then blending it with my finger outwards, because I find if I don't do that, this lipstick is way too sticky, and when I apply it this way, I find that it lasts pretty long and it also leaves the shine looking the perfect amount.
Alright guys, so that is the finished look. Kinda came out cute though, like I really like her. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I'll wait. Okay. And hit the notification bell beside of that to be notified whenever I upload, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what makeup looks you guys want to see in the comment section down below, and I will be sure to film those as soon as I see your comment. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!